Welcome back to another episode of A Moment with Miss Mayce. This week we're going to be reading something super special. It's by VeggieTales. It's called The Clumsiest Cowboy. It was written by Doug Peterson and it's illustrated by Paul Conrad. Alrighty, let's start. Cowboy Larry slowly moved towards the snorting bull. "Easy, boy, easy," he said to the bull. "Take a deep breath." A group of cowboys sat on the fence, watching the master at work. Larry was known far and wide as the compassionate cowboy. He drifted from town to town, helping animals with their problems. Cowboy Larry had faced it all. He helped pigs that didn't like being dirty, chickens that bickered, and prairie dogs with family problems. He had even written a book called Cows That Stampede and the People Who Love Them. Today, he was helping a bull control his anger. "Get in touch with your feelings," said Cowboy Larry, taking a step closer to the dangerous bull. "Just say to yourself, 'Whoa!'" Larry tripped on a dodgeball and tumbled into a water barrel, which toppled onto its side and rolled down a hill. Wham! The barrel shattered against the fence, sending Larry soaring. Yow! He crash-landed on his wooden horse and got two nasty splinters. Leaping from his horse, Larry bounced off the top of a covered wagon as if it were a trampoline. Then he crashed onto the ground, smashing his cowboy hat down over his eyes. Larry wasn't just a compassionate cowboy. He was also the clumsiest cowpoke in the West. Larry tried and tried to pull his cowboy hat off his eyes, but it was no use. His hat was jammed onto his head tighter than a rattlesnake on a root beer bottle. Meanwhile, the cowboys couldn't stop laughing at Cowboy Larry's clumsiness. Even the bull rolled on the ground, snorting with laughter. "Hey, you done cured my bull," one cowboy said. "He's not angry anymore." "You're amazing, Larry," said the other cowboy, still giggling. Cowboy Larry had helped the bull get over his anger, but Cowboy Larry still felt bad about his clumsiness. Whenever he tripped and fell, which he did a lot, no one seemed to care. Everyone just laughed. No one helped poor Larry yank his hat off his head, so he just bumbled around Dodgeball City, unable to see where he was going. Cowboy Larry was supposed to lead a support group for shy roosters later that afternoon, but because he couldn't see, Cowboy Larry spent the entire time talking to bales of hay. No one helped him. No one had compassion. They thought it was a hoot watching Cowboy Larry stumble around. Next, Cowboy Larry went to the "I'm okay, you're okay" corral. He was supposed to help a group of cows find their personal space in the pasture. But because Larry couldn't see, he spent the whole time talking to tumbleweeds. No one did a thing to help. Everyone laughed and laughed until tears came to their eyes. Finally, Larry decided to go to the Clip-Clop horseshoe shop. There, he used a shoehorn to pry the hat off his eyes. But just as he got his hat off, he stumbled back into a shelf, knocking down several boxes of horseshoes. When the heavy horseshoes hit a loose floorboard, Larry flew straight up into the ceiling. His hat jammed down onto his eyes, once again. This time, the hat was stuck on his head snugger than a bull in tights. Still, no one cared. "No one cares a stitch that I can't see where I'm going," Larry muttered sadly to himself. "So I'm just gonna mosey out of town to see if they even care that I'm gone." But no one cared. In fact, people didn't even notice that Larry had left. They were too excited about the Stuff Mart wagon, which had just rolled into town. The wagon had a load of brand new Cactus Patch dolls. So poor Cowboy Larry left town all alone, riding back towards on a very confused cow, which Cowboy Larry thought was his horse. "I'm glad that at least God cares about me," Larry muttered to the cow. "At least God knows that." Suddenly, Cowboy Larry heard a very strange sound coming from the town. "Ow! Oh! Ow! Ow!" Someone was hurt. Larry wanted to just keep on riding, but he knew what it was like to be hurt. He cared, so Larry turned the cow around and galloped back into town. "What seems to be the problem?" asked Larry, who still couldn't see because of his hat. "It's the new dolls!" shouted Junior Asparagus. "The Cactus Patch dolls are made of real cactus needles." "You mean?" "Yes! We all have cactus needles sticking out of us. We're like pin cushions." "I feel your pain," said Larry. "Say, if you help me get this hat off my head so that I can see, I'll be happy to help the whole town remove their cactus needles." So Junior Asparagus helped pull the hat off Harry's head. Then Larry, the compassionate cowboy, spent the rest of the day helping all the townsfolk remove their cactus needles. The townsfolk suddenly realized that Cowboy Larry saw things more clearly than they did. All day long, Cowboy Larry had seen their troubles, but they hadn't seen that Cowboy Larry also needed help. He needed comfort whenever he tripped and fell. Finally, their eyes were open. It was like someone had taken the hats off their eyes too. "We're sorry we never helped you before. From now on, we'll care. We'll be compassionate cowboys too." "That's great news," says Cowboy Larry as he moseyed towards his wooden horse. "Say, what's this?" The people of the town had put a brand new saddle on Cowboy Larry's horse. That way, maybe he wouldn't get so many splinters. They truly cared. Everyone gathered on the edge of town to say farewell as the compassionate cowboy rode off into the sunset. "Adios, amigos!" Cowboy Larry shouted. "Happy trails to Conk!" Cowboy Larry's horse hit a pothole, and the compassionate cowboy tumbled headfirst onto the ground. He landed on his 10-gallon hat, but this time, everybody helped him get back up. This is a really good Bible verse that goes along with our story today. All comfort comes from Him, God. He comforts us in all our troubles. Now we can comfort others when they are in trouble. This comes from 2 Corinthians chapter 1, verses 3 through 4. Wow, that was a wild story. I hope nobody has ever gotten stuck by a cactus before. That did not look very fun. Alrighty, I hope everybody has a very fun week, and maybe this week we can try to show some compassion to our other cowboys and cowgirls out there. Alrighty guys, bye-bye.